Hi guys, and welcome to the Hoka Arahi. Today we're looking at the stability test for the Hoka Arahi 5. Now, the one thing I was concerned about with the Hoka Arahi 5 compared to previous models for me was whether it would blister me or not. Now, I've done up to nearly 9 mile run on it and no issue. But what I did notice when I got near the end of the run is I could feel it rubbing in that area on my foot. Now, it didn't cause a blister. The real test will be when I get up to maybe 12, 13 miles to see what happens there. And I am noticing the thicker upper in it, that it's thicker than before. Like I was saying in the review, I got a 9.5. I'm really glad I got a 9.5. I normally wear 9 in most shoes, but I got in the Carbon X2, I went for the 9.5 because the 9 was too small. And the 9.5 is working out really well in this guy here. Just another little bit of tech that I didn't give you the last time was 5mm drop in this shoe. Now, people who have, say, Achilles calf issues, the lower drop in the shoe is not advisable. Now, over the years, I've had loads of Achilles and calf issues. I generally wouldn't go below 6mm in a shoe, and it would be more for performance that I'd be going for the lower drop shoe rather than training. Over the years in Hokas with the 5mm drop, I'd never had an issue, and from my own experience and just dealing with people, what I think it is the fact that there's such a wedge underneath you. The stack height is so high at the back that you're so wedged up off the ground that it's not actually making as much of a difference if you had a much lower stack height in the shoe. That's just my own kind of take on it. Because I've ran in Hokas for a couple of years and never really could say like I had any issue. Like I run in other lower drop shoes and I'd noticed the difference, much lower stack heights in them. So that's what I assume it is, or that's my idea on it. Now what we're looking at today is the stability in the shoe, how well it works as a stability shoe. Now I'm a mile pronator, so I'm in that mid range. I don't need a max stability shoe. I need what we would term a guidance or a mild stability shoe. Now, this in the Hoka range will be in that range. I think the Vata 3 will be the max stability shoe, the nuclear option as we would call it. But like I was saying to you, the way this is designed with this blue here and around here, it's called the J-frame design. Now Hoka will talk about it being a patent pending J-frame design. They always say that. Like, I don't think you can patent it. Shoe manufacturers copy each other the whole time. I'm sure there's some other shoe manufacturer who's had a shoe in the past with something similar in it. They can't say, oh, that's exclusively ours. They copy each other the whole time. If they see something successful and working, they'll incorporate it into one of their models, and that's just the way it is. Two runs in this, no, 3 runs in this guy now. The initial review run, I did nearly 9 miles in my long run yesterday, and I knocked out a 7.5 mile run in it today, and most of that was on grass. And it worked really well on the grass, which is nice. I knew it would because the sole unit hasn't changed for a couple of years. It's exactly the same. Maybe little minor tweaks with maybe a small bit more rubber in strategic areas here under the ball of the foot that weren't there before. Try and give it more durability. But worked really well on the grass, and not like your usual Hoka where you feel really boatish and not in contact with the ground. The Arahi is designed slightly different to other Hoka shoes. There isn't much of a meta rock or roll in them. There's less of a roll off the heel and the toe in the Arahi compared to, say, the Clifton. I wouldn't be mad about the Clifton now. I feel like it's being bought on my foot, whereas this guy feels more like a traditional shoe. They reduced the heel cup height a couple of years ago to make it look neater as well, like, you know. But let's have a little look at the video of me running in the shoe with regards to stability test. So let's have a little look at that there now.
Okay, as you see, as I land on both the left and the right, the ankle is not collapsing in whatsoever at all over the arch. Everything is staying perfectly straight. The J-frame design in the shoe was keeping me extremely stable. It's working really well. Technically, it's an excellent shoe.
Okay, as you can see from the video, the shoe works really well for me. Technically works really well. It works really well for most people, from my own experience. Very few people that you looked at it and it didn't work well for them. Technically, it's a very good shoe. It's a comfortable shoe. It's very cushioned. Um, it's it's a different feel to most other shoes in that you do really feel that kind of platform feel to the shoe. Like I was saying before, there isn't as much segmentation under the ball of the foot in this shoe as there is compared to, say, a New Balance 860 or a Brooks Adrenaline GTS, because the roll off the toe is supposed to do most of that flexion work for you. But you do get that kind of a platformy feel to the sole unit of the shoe. Now, I don't mind it because I'm using this shoe as an easy day long run shoe. I'm not going to be using this for speed work or for racing or anything like that. It's not designed for that. It's designed really for long easy runs, just going out maybe doing a nice easy 5k, jogging, running, not racing. Okay? If you're looking for a racer in the Hoka range, you're probably looking at is it the Mach 4 now or Carbon X2? That's if you want to stay with Hoka. There's a huge amount of choice on the market there at the moment. I'm just going to show you the video again, and I'm just going to slow it down into slow motion because it was the same as one of my previous videos, Back to Fitness. I think it was number 6, where my friend filmed me doing one of the reps, and I could see it, but when I slowed it down in slow motion, it showed it to you much more the way I'm minding myself off my left side because of my left foot being not 100%. So I'm just going to show you again, and it's going to slow it down, and I'm going to point out, you can see the way I'm minding myself on my left hand side. I'd encourage people to film themselves like this and watch it in slow motion and see what you can see yourself. It's interesting. Okay, have a little look.
Okay, when you've slowed down, you'll see that I put the full force of my body weight down through my right foot, whereas I'm bringing my left foot in at an angle and not putting that full body force weight down through it. So you can see I'm minding my foot. Not good, but that's what it is.
There you go, guys. There's me and my gammy left foot. Look, it's something I'm working on. It's getting better. Main thing wrong with me now is tibial tendonitis. I think if I can get that right, it's going to make a huge difference to every aspect of my running going forward. Maybe being a little bit faster, but being able to run a little bit further with less discomfort. Hopefully now I'll come right just in time for when racing comes back, and I'll be zoom. But sure, who knows what's around the corner. You have to take each day as it comes and just work at it. There's ups and downs, there's in, there's outs. Sometimes you just don't know why things work well. Sometimes you're working really hard and things aren't working well. You just don't know. It's just, you just have to take it as it comes and roll with the punches. So thanks very much for tuning in, guys. I hope that was helpful for you. If you are, maybe if you're new to the channel, maybe you think about subscribing if you're liking what you're seeing. And thanks very much, and take care, and we'll see you soon.